English cricket is a complete disaster. Hi guys, it's JB here. Not a football video, not a rant about football, but about cricket. English cricket. Now, if you've been unfortunate enough, like me and a couple of others have been, you may have seen our batting collapse. 68 all out in our second innings. We've lost by an innings, and Australia have won the Ashes. And I'm going to spend about 10-15 minutes tonight literally telling you the basics of what happened. Listen to this. We made 185 in our first innings. Root scored 50. Cummins 3 for 36. Lyon 3 for 36. And we scored 68. It is terrible. Australia made only 267. That is the lowest one innings to win a test match or something. Russ has just given me that. I can't believe what I've just seen. You know, 2 and a bit days. Lessons have clearly not been lessons have clearly not been learned with England, have they? They're not good enough. But before I start picking holes in the England team, let me just say congratulations to the Australians. You know what? Over the 3 Test matches so far, I know we've got 2 left to go. We can't win the Ashes, obviously, but you guys deserve it. You know, you've outplayed us for 3 Test matches. You've been brilliant. Your bowlers have been excellent. People, Labuschagne, I think he's been your player of the batsman of the series so far. David Warner's looked very comfortable at the crease. Um, Steve Smith, all these people. Pat Cummins has been a terrific captain as well. So, fair play to you. You deserve it. Great performance, and yeah, well done to Pat Cummins and his team. I think they were very, very good, and they were very patient in the way they played the game. They fielded well, they bowled well, they batted very patiently, which is what you have to do in Test match cricket. Um, all facets of the game that they've done well tonight, uh, well over the last month, England have tragically failed at. And believe me, I've seen very, very bad England Test match performances. I've seen them mess up in all facets of the game: T20, World Cups, um, 50 over World Cups, 50, all sorts. Just when you think England are getting good, but the test. Well, listen, one day were fantastic. I'm going to touch on where it's all going wrong for England. There are serious questions that have to be asked of the English Cricket Board right now. Is there the right people involved? Are we marketing the the brasher, more cheaper 2020 and the 100 above the Test match arena? Now, the Test match game should be the greatest thing in cricket. Now, yeah, it lasts 5 days. Now, some people will find it a turn off. Why would you want to watch 5 day cricket? Well, the answer is simple. It's Test match for a reason. You're there, you're the best players that are representing your country. I look forward to the Ashes. This is where my interest in Test matches kick in when the Ashes are there, because it's going to be a battle. 9 series out of 10, you know exactly what you're going to get. Good quality Test match, good quality competitive Test matches. The 3 Test matches I've seen this year down under in Oz, and I've stayed up. Some days I'm just not. Just some days I felt like not bothering staying up because I know exactly what England are going to do. They're going to muck up as usual. Questions have to be asked of the attitude of the players. It's ridiculous. I mean, Steve Harmison has just said it's embarrassing. There was no fight. Careers are definitely on the line. I mean, today Scott Boland, what a player he could well be. I don't know why they've not selected him, but he records match figures of 7 for 55. He he will be absolutely happy right now. I mean, it's just been brilliant. England was 60 for 5, and now they've been bowled out for 68. 4.5 hours it took for the final 5 wickets to go down. And you've got to ask yourself why. It's not good enough. There are certain, you know, I think Chris Silverwood's got to go as the, if he's the chairman of selectors or whatever it is, um, then he has to go. I think he has to go. And if he's the coach as well, he's got to go. You tell me there aren't better openers out there than Jack Crawley and Amib and Rory Burns. You tell me there aren't better things, because I'm sure there is. If you go around the county circuit, I'm sure there's people getting hundreds and things like that. We're picking players. We're picking players left, right, and centre. We haven't got a settled squad, and yet Silverwood and Root will use COVID-19 as an excuse. That's an absolute load of BS. It's a lot of bullshit, as far as I'm concerned. Chopping and changing does not do it for me. I'm sorry, it just doesn't. I feel sorry for the bowlers because they really dragged England back into it, and they couldn't even get to 82 and make Australia bat again. It is absolutely preposterous. 54. Here's the statistics for 2021 in the Test matches for England this year, right? In terms of ducks, 54 ducks equals the whole time record also set by us. Disgusting, isn't it? And yet, less than 10 years ago, we were the best team in the world under the likes of Andrew Strauss and Alistair Cook. Where's it go? Where's it all gone wrong? It's humiliating. And do you know what? I am, as an English cricket fan, I love cricket in this country. I mean, Joe Root has said we've been playing in these times for a while. We've almost come to terms with dealing in it. I mean, Joe Root can say what he wants, but I don't think he's a good enough captain. Joe Root has got to take a lot of responsibility. He has to take the responsibility. The buck stops with him and Chris Silverwood. Now, I don't know what they're doing out there to try and get an attitude or try and get something out of these players. But there's got to be a serious overhaul at the English Cricket Board. Now, here's what I would do, and I said it during the football this evening. I was hosting tonight for Mike Arneman. Here's what I would do. I would take out Joe Root. I'd strip him of the captaincy. I'd drop him from the captain because I think it's he's not good enough as a captain. He can't field. He can't bowl. The only facet of the game he's good at is batting. He's our best batter, right? I think batting at 3 and 4 suits him, but I don't think he should be captain. I would actually bring Owen Morgan into the Test team because he can captain a side, just purely for his captaincy skills. I mean, Mike really years ago wasn't the greatest of batsmen, but he could captain a side. He could cajole them. He could get them going, and that's how England won the Ashes in '81 when Botham couldn't. When Botham was struggling for 2 tests, he gave up the captaincy, gave it to Brealey, and the rest was history. Now, I think Root is beyond. I think Root has to go as captain. I still think he's got a place in the England team as a batsman. We're batting at 3 and 4. There's no doubt he's a talented batsman and he's a good batsman as well. Terrific batsman, world class, right? No problem at all. But captain material, he's certainly not. I think he's out of his depth. Now, this is where you've got to get somebody like Owen Morgan in. Now, you look what he's done with the one-day team and the 2020 teams. They are well-organised, well-oiled machines. Now, this is where I think once this tour is over and we get back to England, there has to be serious repercussions from this. Silverwood can't stay in a job. Ed Smith can't stay in a job. Joe Root has got to be stripped of the captaincy. I'd give it to Owen Morgan. I really would. There's something fundamentally wrong with England right now. Are the ECB questions are going to be asked? Are we prioritising the 100 and the 2020 tournaments and the one-day team over the Test team? Because there's been a real massive golfing class of the sides. Australia played like a proper Test team. They were patient with the bat. They were patient. They were patient in the field. They were good. They took catches, whereas England were playing like a 2020 team, a village 2020 team. They were just like edging, nicking to slip into the slip cordons. But you just look at the scores, and it's just, I don't think he even reached 250 in any of their innings. It's just not good enough. There's something fundamentally wrong when they're getting some very low scores. I mean, 68 was it tonight? The mind boggles, but there's got to be an overall in English cricket. There has to be. We're selecting too many gun-ho players. Jos Buttler dropped three chances in the second test in Adelaide. What is going on here? We could have been Australia under the cosh. Root ballsing up at the tossers. Twice he's balls. In all three test matches, he's ballsed up. You didn't at the Gabba. You didn't. She should never have batted first. He should have got it. He should have put Australia into bat, and we might have been talking about a different test match there. Second one today, he lost the toss 2 days ago, and Pat Cummins had the wherewithal on a green pitch, and it was very green. It was a very green pitch. He had the foresight to put England in, and he was proved right. He's a very good judge of captain. He's a proper test match captain, Pat Cummins, and I think he'll do well for Australia as captain. So he's not been in the job long, but he's done really, really well. Root has had a long time now as captain. I think as a captain, he's gone stale. Now, individually, as a batsman, he's been very, very good. I have no problems with that. But we've got to look at English cricket now. And, people can, people can blame COVID and everything else, and you can sort of like say, well, we've had to chop and change for that. That's a lot of rubbish. The fact is, Australia have had a settled side, and they've
bad, but
they've kept the bulk of their team. I mean, you look at the results in this series; it's just been, Australia have won by big margins. This is the biggest margin of all. An innings and 14 runs. They didn't have to bat again, even though they made only 267. It is an absolute joke. I have no complaints with Australia winning the Ashes. We have lost the Ashes in the first three Test matches, and it's ridiculous. And there's no fight. They don't. I'll tell you what I think. I'll tell you what I really think of Joe Root's England at the moment, and Chris Sobelman's England. They can't be bothered. They can't be fucking arsed. There are England fans out there in Oz that have paid good money to go and watch this team, and they have been absolutely shortchanged. The Barmy Army have been shortchanged by that shower of crap. James Anderson aside, James Anderson probably was England's man of the match in this test match, But Jimmy Anderson aside, the rest of them can go to hell as far as I'm concerned. Jos Buttler not good enough. Habib not good enough. Rory Burns not good enough. Jack Crowley not good enough. David Milan not good enough. Johnny Bairstow not good enough. Mark Wood's not good enough. Robinson's not good enough. Half the England team are not fucking good enough. They are playing like freaking as if it's a 50-over World Cup final. Ben Stokes, I've never seen him bat so poorly. I've never seen him bowl so poorly. He gets Warner out, and then he oversteps the mark. It is an absolute joke. The whole thing, from start to finish of this third Test match, has been an absolute disaster for English cricket. 2 years ago, the one-day side, some of those players in that Ashes series today were winning a World Cup. Right? We won the World Cup. Maybe we placed too much importance on trying to win the 50-over World Cup or trying to win the T20 World Cup, and not enough on trying to win the biggest prize in Test match cricket, the Ashes. There's nothing I love more than a great battle with the Aussies. You know, they're a competitive bunch, the Australians. They'll hit you hard, they'll go at you hard, and they will make it difficult. Unfortunately, we made it so fucking easy for them. It was just a shambles. It was really is. And I'm embarrassed. As an Englishman, I'm embarrassed. But I'm also compliment. I'm going to compliment Australia. They play some really good cricket and deserve to win the Ashes by a long, long way. There was no comparison in the two. There was a massive gulf. It was about this high. Look at that, massive, massive from one end to the other. That's Australia here, where my finger's wiggling, and that's England here, where my finger's wiggling now. And I think therein lies the golfing class. Australia are one of the best test teams in the world. They have been for a long, long time. You go back to the likes of Taylor and Ponting and then Berberback, Border and people like that. Dennis Lilly, Glenn McGrath, Shane Warne. You know, those players in baggy green will be absolutely proud. If you're in England, if you're wearing the three lines of England, you should be embarrassed. Of course, James Anderson tried his best, but apart from him, there wasn't any fight. Jack Leach, no fight from him. He's not good enough. You know, if he's our best spinner, then what have we got? We haven't had a good spinner since probably Monty Panesar or Graham Swan. It's the whole system, the county system is knackered. And you know what? Michael Vaughan, when we were fresh 5-0 in Oz, I think, was it 4-0 last time out when we were in Oz? 2018, 17, 18. Michael Vaughan made a good point. Get some 4-day games out of England, and yet the members will shoot them down. And therein lies the problem as well with English cricket, the county members, because they will not want their precious 4-day cricket taken out their grounds. Something has got to change in the attitudes of English cricket. Isn't that the ECB are like the FA as well? They're too prim and proper to make wholesale changes for the good of the teams they are representing, the England team especially. The women's team, very good. They start their Ashes in a few weeks' time, and let's hope that the England women's team can actually gain a bit of pride for England and put back some feel-good factor that the men certainly haven't done. But they're I'm sorry, but as an English cricket lover, I am disgusted. I'd like to know what you guys think in the comment section below. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. And do you think, I mean, if I was looking at the tour now and I was going to give them a GCE mark, I'd say F minus. And that's been kind. F minus. Australia have got to give A pluses because most of the team, they got it right. The bowling attack was superb. I thought Stark was excellent. I thought Bollard on his debut today was the last couple of days has been superb. Nathan Lyon, top quality spinner, 400 wickets. 400 wickets, that's nothing to be sniffed at. You know, he's behind the likes of Mary Lee and his fellow countryman Shane Warne in terms of more wickets. Lyon is certainly Shane Warne Mark II as far as I'm concerned, but he takes wickets. He's a super bowler. And we were just, apart from Jimmy Anderson, I mean, Jimmy Anderson, I feel sorry for him a little bit. Not because he's just a burly lad like me, but you know, he's been such a quality bowler for England for so many years. He's got us out of holes what we dug ourselves in, and you know, the problem we've got now is with Jimmy. He's 40 years old. He can't keep pulling. He can't keep pulling miracles. I know he's fit as a butcher's dog even at 40 years old, but he's a fast bowler. And it's coming to the stage now where we need to get fresh blood in. We can't keep relying on Jimmy all the time. It's a bit of a worry. Stuart Broad, another one. We need to get we need to get a whole new. We need to clear out the brass in the ECB. We need to market Test cricket better. And here's another problem with Test cricket, right? When we market Test cricket in this country, we don't market it enough. We don't make it affordable for the average Joe public to go and watch the cricket. If you watch Test cricket during the English summer, the likes of Lords, yeah, Lords will sell out anyway because it's a posh area of London and they're all cricket lovers anyway. But if you go around the country to like places like Old Trafford, to Edgbaston, to Headingley, to Durham, to Trent Bridge, you can guarantee there'll be empty seats at any of those Test match grounds because when you go further north of the River Thames, you can guarantee without a shadow of a doubt that the ticket prices they put on, and it's the ECB that decide all this, not the counties, it's the ECB, they will charge through the roof. What is it, £120 for an adult ticket? For one day's play in a test match? That is unbelievably expensive when the average person could go and watch a football match, which is a lot cheaper. They could go and watch a motor race. They could go and watch Wimbledon maybe for a bit more cheaper than that. You know, if you're going to get people interested in Test cricket, lower the ticket prices. Lower them. £30 for the day, or get a family pass. Four tickets for £40 or something like that for a family of four. Make it affordable for families to go out and enjoy Test match cricket. A family for four for the day, £40, £10 each for a ticket. Make it affordable to the average Joe public, because that's where it's all going wrong. The problem with the ECB, they're trying to make cricket appealing to the casual person by introducing tournaments like the T20 Blast and the 100. Now, I'm not denying them to I'm not trying to blame them because they've been successful for the ECB in their own right. They've been very good, and the TV viewerships for the hundreds especially has been brilliant with the BBC obviously transmitting that. And I've done a commentary for this channel on the 100, and it's a great format. Don't get me wrong, but there's too much emphasis placed on the one-day game, and not enough on the bread and butter of the game, which is Test match and 4-day cricket. And we've got to get that marketed a lot better, especially in this country. And we don't do it enough. The Aussies do it well. The Aussies always do it well, but we don't do it enough. There's too much. I think there's too much one-day cricket being played, and then you've got the franchise cricket with the IPL has also made a huge difference because now IPL, if you're a Test match player or you're a world-class international player, the IPL is going to be awful more attractive than county cricket. I think the IPL are to blame a little bit for that, but we can start blaming individual facets for why you're going to play bad. The truth of the matter is, over 3 Test matches, even though there are 2 to play, and England have to regain pride in the next 2, otherwise it will be a whitewash. And I can see it being a whitewash. I bet Glenn McGrath will be licking his lips now, watching at home and thinking, 5-0. I can see it happening. And he isn't wrong. Glenn is never wrong. But apart from that time when he said England were going to win, Australia were going to win 5-0 in all 5, and we beat them 2-1. Oh, I would long for one of those days, I tell you. Just for us to win an Ashes Test match now would be a miracle. But England at the moment are just not good enough. And I think the ECB need to make massive changes because, let's face it, the current setup with Silverwood and Root and people like Ed Smith and all that lot, they're just not good enough. They're not good enough. Silverwood never set the world alight as an England cricketer or for Yorkshire. Ed Smith never set the world alight for whoever he played for, and he had about 2 Test matches for England. We need to get somebody in there coaching England with masses of international experience, who's been there, seen it, and achieved it at the top of the level. There's got to be something fundamental. I can't understand why Marcus Trescothick isn't getting the best out of the batsman. He was a top quality batsman, opening batsman. I think we could have done better with Marcus Trescothick in the team rather than coaching him. Maybe he could have done better with the bat than what Rory Burns has done. what Habib has done and Zach Crowley has done. Darren Milan out stupidly, LBW. The list is endless, but what do I know? Anyway, leave a like if you can, and also I want to know what now for England cricket? What now for the English men's cricket team? Because it's just been an absolute shambles. They just didn't try at all, by the looks of it, and they have shortchanged the Barmy Army for absolutely sure. Don't forget to leave a like. Put your thoughts on the Shambolic Ashes series in the comments below. Be honest, and be honest. I want to see frank discussions in the comments below. What now happens for English cricket? That's what I would like to know. But anyway, until next time, take care. I think we'll stick to football from now on in. I think I've given up with cricket until the summer. No. Thank you very much for watching. Sorry the video's gone on a bit. I'll see you later.